In this video, me and Karelm dive into each event and rank them according to the best mastery gains and the best flux gains. But let's dive in. Renewis. This event sucks for flux. I'm gonna start with flux, but this event sucks on flux. Don't.
Yeah, I don't have much like I don't recall much from like items that are sellable or really profitable from this event. Um, it's actually the event that I lost out on last year. I
You
just
didn't miss out
didn't
on
feel
much.
like doing it.
You're talking
Yeah.
about it's also one of the longer events. To get the Bowflex, the amount, remember? 30 days to be
Yeah.
played. It is a
Was it 30 days?
it is
I
30
remember like a
days.
couple of years ago it was horrible. Like it was honestly some clubs like Alpha Legacy at the time, and some other ones basically had it that there were people at all times in the club world, which made it that you could get like four crafts in a day or
Oh,
maybe even
really?
more. Yeah, but that was because there was this, I don't know if it was a bug or a glitch or anything in that sense, but it was basically if the world never got renewed, the
Oh,
the crafts from the previous day will stay. So you
they'll
could craft
stack.
multiple. It will stack up exactly.
I see, I see.
And that's what people did last year. Or not, no, not last year, but the year before. But I am a bit annoyed that I lost out on this event last year because I mean it does make it so I'm step further from being Mexican,
You're going for that
which is a
max,
bit annoying.
the
It's
max grind.
yeah, like being top one mastery again, that kind of thing. I will say this event, in my opinion, I will already put it very low. Like I did not like this event when it started, and I feel like it's not even that rewarding in the first place. Like there's probably decent mastery to be gained, but it's too much effort for too little reward. It feels like
I completely agree with you on that statement. I honestly, I'm gonna put in the lowest tier possible because I don't think you actually make flux from this event. There's like, I
no,
think there's
I
maybe
don't
one or
think
two
so either.
items, maybe like, but I don't have any just off my top of my head that you can really make any flux from this. Like I think the only way you actually quote unquote make flux is if you spend real life money because there's so many packs in the store, and that's how you can make flux. But you're usually just spending money to get flux. It's a different story of itself.
Yeah.
But I'm down. I think it goes in the D tier out of all of them
Well, let
because
me check. Was there a newest event also available? It should have. This should have been the second year that event was live, right?
I think it's been live for 3 years.
Um,
I
I
do not
don't know. I
remember.
cannot find it in 2023. It
Uh,
doesn't show up. I don't think.
it might have been 2 years in. I might have been tripping out.
Was the Renewist this year still? Was it this year or was it last year?
So apparently, it's also been no. It said it was introduced in Renewus 2021. So it's been out since
2021.
2021.
Okay. No,
There,
that wouldn't make sense. I didn't
me looking
actually.
at this.
Maybe 2022.
Yeah, there is
Well,
Renewus 2023.
regardless, it was another fun event. It's like I said, not really too good for mastery. Also, not really that good for flux making. I'm sure there's some way to make flux off of it, but it won't be as good as other like events,
Mastery was
regardless.
okay in
So,
my opinion because of the packs that were available. But if this
oh,
including just
I
by the
guess
events
that's
alone, it was not good. Like just the
yeah.
event
Actually,
itself.
that's a good question. Well, actually, question. Uh, yeah, I guess specs are related to the event because they're seasonal packs. So yeah, that's fair.
The Bamboo Dragon, or not Bamboo, the Lunar New Year event. The Lunar New Year event. I would
Lunar
say
New Year.
it is extremely profitable if you have the flux to profit from it.
Mm, Wait, let me see. So that's the bamboo one,
The
right?
bamboo, the other one, so like bamboo, the bamboo's one of them. The other one is like the mythical wooden, dormant wood dragon, and that
Yeah,
one,
that's the one that came
yeah,
out a couple months ago,
yeah. It,
or
I think it's
something like that.
extremely
Yeah,
profitable because of the fact that um you have,
the golden eggs become a thing,
yeah,
I believe,
they shoot up in pricing. Like, so like if
and
you,
even after they are extremely valuable,
they become more valuable 'cause
especially
it's only,
after.
it's only literally like, it's only like a week and a half or something like that. Like, it's not even a full, it's like,
Hmm.
so it's like literally you only have a limited amount of time to get it. And if you like, what is it? I think it's 6,500 credits, or like, how much, like, was it 8,500 for the dormant wood one, if I recall correctly, which is 34 pouches, which,
Mm,
it's a lot of pouches to be honest. 170 mil, definitely on the pricier end of, for the item, but for the bamboo one, which is 2K less, if I recall correctly, which 2K,
oh, was it? What do you mean? To craft it, or what was it?
to, no, I mean to get the pack in the store, because it was
Oh,
170.
the
You just
pack.
spent
Okay,
107,
yeah.
like, it was,
I
yeah.
think I can check what the price was.
It was 850, 8,500 for the dormant one, and then, and it was like X, Y, and Z. It was either 650,
Okay, so
650 for the bamboo one for this year.
yeah, the bamboo dragon pack when it came out was 8,500 credits,
Yeah, but they
which
reduced it
is
this year
quite
though.
steep, but you do get a lot of items with it.
They reduced it this year to
Um,
like, they reduced it to like 2K or something like that.
this year it was different. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, and then, like, in my
This
opinion,
was
it's
when it
really
first
worth
came
it
out.
though. Like, what is it?
Oh,
Like,
there was the thing with the Bard pack. If you were to buy the Bard Tier 3 pack, you basically get both of the other like the
yeah,
dragons for free included with it,
yeah. If you got, yeah, exactly.
which
It was
was
insane.
insane.
Yeah,
It
like, what was
was probably one of the best deals that they had made in the
they probably made so
in
much money,
Trove, or
realistically
at least the
speaking.
store.
Yeah, cause like it was like
Yeah,
50. It's like
they
$57,
definitely would have.
$58. You get two golden dragon eggs, like 66. Is it like 66 or something like that? Like, greater dragon caches. You got like six diamond dragonite pouches, full bard, full bardology on the bench. It was massive for that, and that was huge.
And then a very big amount of dragon coins as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was very like, I've
Honestly,
very worth
probably
it too.
one of the best deals that they have come out with via like the in-game store, right?
Yeah,
Or
for
not
sure.
in-game, sorry, the store itself, like paying for, I guess.
I would say of itself, the event doesn't earn that much flux. I would put in like maybe like on the lower end of the spectrum, but definitely way more than Renewus. If you have the flux to invest in the event, you do get a small
I
yield in
want
the future.
to um actually I have a question. Maybe we can duplicate the site so you can make one of the lists for Flux game and the other one for Mastery. So we have the two separate like um lists, if that makes sense. Because I would say the Mastery wise wasn't ideal, but Flux wise it was amazing. You can just right mouse click on the site itself that you have open, and you can duplicate it.
There you go, done.
Alright, so
Renewus, I would put Renewus in like do you want the thing is, do we want to include store packs? Because store packs is like a really iffy thing, because like, if you're a free to play player, it
actually,
is insanely hard to get it.
okay, I want to say, and I think this must be clarified. Yeah, I think if it's profit wise, like so purely flux making, we do not include packs. But mastery wise, I do want to include packs because they are seasonal, right?
Okay,
And in
that does
this
make
case,
sense.
sadly, yeah,
Renews will
because I
probably be
feel
a
like
B
flux
tier,
making
probably.
should be free to play regardless.
Well, like you can still make like you can still like if you spend the flux like to make the flux, your return is there. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah,
So
but
it
it
gets iffy.
wouldn't real. It would be kind of investing rather than flux making,
That is well, like
wouldn't it?
investing versus making like making in your case, I feel like is you mean like you're starting from zero. For like my case is like I think like any form of profit is flux making, like what profit yield you could
Yeah,
possibly
no,
see.
that's fair.
That's how I
I
view
guess we
flux
can
making.
we can we can mix that. I think. I think we can agree. I don't know what I'm saying.
You good? You good?
No, I think your part is right. Like the flux you put into the event is also still like if you make a profit on that, it's still profit regardless. It's based off of the event.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I think we can put it still separate but the same. Like obviously, if you put your own flux into it, you'll make a bigger profit. But if the event itself is already quite profitable without having to spend flux, it makes it even better. I think that's how we can kind of see it, right?
Yeah, like but again, it's a large investment for not as much of a return. Of pay to win versus free to
Yeah.
play, like well, both of them in my eyes, like if you're whaling versus not whaling, it's like it gets really
Stuff like
complicated then.
Bunfest, for example, is really insane. Like, it, damn, this is tougher than I thought.
That's why I asked, like that's why I asked, like, hey, you want to do it with me? And I did not want to do it alone because I'm like, if I do it alone, it's like
Oh no, I mean
it's like
I'm
a
happy
huge
to be
debate
here.
on it. It's a really big debate,
Yeah,
like how actually this functions because it becomes like, hey, is this how does this what rules does it fall under? How are we gauging it? Because if I gauge it right, hypothetically speaking, like I'm not really taking away because I have a large amount of flux to invest into something, right?
actually, I
It is
think we should see
balanced.
it in a more of a broad spectrum. I feel like instead of I know you're insane at making flux, right? But the average player might not be that like that into it, if that makes sense. So I feel like we should see it in the
The free
more
to place,
public slash accessible
yeah. Like
point of view.
that's why I'm like I completely feel like the bamboo pack should be in like at
It,
best C tier at best. I think
yeah,
honestly
I was
it's
gonna
better than
say the same.
Renewis. It either could be at the bottom or it either borders Renewis like a little as a little bit better, but or it's like
I
a tier
think
up. I don't think it's a tier up though, because like you're investing a
I
lot of
think in
flux.
this situation it was definitely a C at best B, but I would say C because it was because of the Bard pack that there was a sale on it. You know, it was because it was cheaper than normal that it also popped off so well on the event, like the last one, right? I think
I'll
it
put it
was
at C
purely
then.
situational. Yeah, I think C is very fair. Mastery wise, so this one, um,
I feel
the one
Renewis
that we're
goes into
currently doing,
B, and then I think the bamboo one goes way lower into an almost like because there's only two mastery things events. It's always an ally.
we can
It's always a
always
dragon.
switch around afterwards. Like we don't have to make this
Yeah.
final. So
No, no, I
I think
understand
for
that.
now, I think the bamboo and the renewist are about the same currently.
For the flux making.
Should oh no, flux making the bamboo should be in C.
Okay.
Uh, Renewist mastery wise and both bamboo should both be in B, maybe even C. I will say in between there, but for now can be in B.
My
Like
argument
the reason
against the
why is
mass.
because flux making wise, aside from the pack, I don't really know if bamboo has anything. Like all of the items were like untradeable
For the
except for the dragon egg, which is something you get from the pack, right?
yeah.
Like there was nothing really farmable about it. Um, But yeah, for now, I think B would be fine mastery wise because it was. I mean, a dragon is 250 mastery in the first place. Plus, there was an ally that was 20 or 10 mastery
10,
points,
I
which isn't
think.
much, but it does count up. You know, so I think mastery wise, it's a B tier, um, quite decent, but does not compare to some of the other events that we'll still get through.
I honestly would put it lower because it's only 250 mastery versus Renewits is like even with his base form, right? Even with his base, it gives her over like just a event line. Renewits gets almost on par with the dragon and the item because it gets a
Yeah,
flying mount, which is and the
that
ally.
then I would even say put both of them in C for mastery and for
I feel like
maybe even
Renewits goes
both of
above.
them in D for profit, like flux
Honestly, I would
making.
say so too. 'Cause, like if again, if you're coming from like from any perspective, it's hard to make flux from the bamboo one without spending any money. Like going back to it, like without spending money, without spending large amounts of flux. Again, the yield is practically nothing from the
Yeah,
actual
it's
event itself. So
yeah, exactly. It's
it's low.
it's it's like bamboo wise specifically, if you can flip the market based on the dragon, and then you will make a fucking stack of flux, right? But if you cannot even afford one dragon egg to flip in the first place, it's gonna be difficult regardless. So that's why I think it's honestly C tier.
Yeah,
Like you would
I put it
already
in
have
D
to have a
for
little bit
the
of a capital in the first place.
yeah. I put it in D tier in my opinion for it because like the capital is like it's not a small capital. You need at least 50 mil to invest into it,
Yeah,
realistically
no,
speaking.
exactly, exactly.
So it's just like 50 mil to like an average player is it's a good amount of flux.
And then even
Yeah.
find someone that sells it at 50 mil
No,
is hard
it's
as
like
well.
70 mil. It was I think it was selling at
Exactly.
70,
So
75 ish. Like the Jordan Mythical Wood one was selling for like 65 mil.
yeah.
So yeah,
No, I think
ridiculous.
that's right. Um,
Heckbug, Heckbug. I feel like Heckbug in both category
Hagbuk
gets
was
S.
amazing.
I think in both
No,
category it gets an S no matter what. Like, well, actually no. Maybe in the flux
I
making one
actually
it goes
loved
to
it.
A.
It was amazing for mastery. Keep in mind, all of the geode mastery is still mastery. All of the allies that you got, like the the thing I like most about the event is the ally that Luke collects for the troves
Yeah, yeah,
that you
the
get,
yeah,
because that one shoots up in value for like after half a year it becomes really expensive. So it's extremely profitable. You just have to be patient with it. So Fluxwise alone, I would put it probably in B, almost A.
I'll put it in
I
A.
think it's
I'm
a
down for
really
A.
good. Yeah, I think that one was honestly it was amazing. I got so many. Honestly, I personally got so many items, but because I played on a trade locked account,
Yeah,
I didn't get to put it on my main account for potential profit. I
yeah, I
didn't
know,
want that
get that.
personally, but the it's ridiculous how much I got. And mastery wise,
It's
honestly,
S. It's
same.
S.
It
It's S.
there
No,
was like I just found there being so many mastery items attached to it. Again, main thing being the geode mastery. Like it's a lot of mastery.
Shield Mastery also gives normal mastery too, like the items.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, it
Uh,
also had mounts. It also has like uh
allies.
allies. It also
Honestly,
had like
there's
even
so
outside
much.
of Geode, they also had a bunch of stuff as well. So like there's like you could get the Monarch, the new the hover like little hover thing they had for this one, and then like a bunch of other
Mhm.
things. There was like so much mastery from this one event in reality. Like I
I
think
think
it's
put
S.
mastery wise in, yeah, honestly S.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did. Like it's so much mastery. It is probably the
It's
top geode
ridiculous.
event. It is the top geode event no matter what.
Aside from Bunfest, but we'll get to that. The
Yeah.
Golden Companion X.
Saint Quebslick.
Mm,
Saint Quebslick. It
okay,
is
I want to point this out right
yeah.
this moment. Mastery wise, it's extremely good as well.
Oh no, for sure.
I
I
did
would
I I
Like,
didn't realize it was that good, but until I took a look at the three Trovian like dungeons again. Like I haven't looked at them in so long, and I forgot they were even part of this event. But when I looked into it, it's basically all of the Luxion styles
yeah, and then on top of
like,
that,
in there.
yeah, and on
Cheap to get as well. Like you don't spend any flux
yeah,
at
it's
all.
super easy. And then on top of that, you can get like flux beats, the ally, the mount, and then a
Hella profitable.
bunch of stuff from it. Like, and then I, and then you also had Sir Lucky's, the thing inside the hub where you can get the tradable styles, so on and so forth. I don't think it's as
Mm-hmm.
profitable as Heckbug due to the not as
No, but it is
popular.
up there.
I would put it like in profitability compared to the Heckbug one. I would put it in a B tier solely because of the fact that it isn't as popular. Because
Exactly.
again, like
Exactly.
popularity sells an item as well. Because the Heckbug one has a high demand due to its ties with Geode, and as a result, it bumps the price up. But for for what's it called, say
Um, I think
say magazine.
accessibility for those items, like that's also a factor. Like Hackbuck, you got the items constantly. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
like even if you wanted to clean your inventory 5 seconds later, you would have to clean it again just because you had so many spare ones that were just piling up. But then in this one, um, like the majority of the tradable items are quite rare. Like I think I've only had a couple that were properly tradable. Unless you did stones specifically. The stones, if you farmed snakes with people, you will get a lot of items that are tradable. But otherwise, it's mainly the flux beast itself. Um, like the little Triceralock and such, they are untradeable if you farm them. It's there's only a small amount of dungeon completing ones that you get tradable. That's the only downside, in my opinion. But there is still quite a bit of flux to be earned from this event. I I, I do strongly stand by. I think mastery wise, this event is S tier or A tier.
I
Like
agree with that.
it A tier, high A tier. And flux profitable wise, solid B tier.
I agree
I
with
think
that.
that's my ruling.
I prefer I agree with you for that because again, like if the items were more popular and more well known and
Mm-hmm.
they had a larger like what is it? Like I feel like when I was getting like some of the
Demand.
leftover items, yeah. Like I was combing through my event list for cheap items. Again, not everyone's gonna comb through their like mount listing, their ally listing. Not everyone's doing that for the mastery grant to get the yellow name.
No,
Not everyone's
exactly. It's
doing
only
that.
like the people that are trying to push their end game status with
Exactly.
mastery.
Like
Those will end up buying them mainly.
yeah, and then or the people are trying to get a mastery up to the next tier. Next, but again, like not everyone combs through it because there's so much mastery overall. People tend to forget about some of the
No,
other ones,
exactly.
so it just goes in that
It's
perpetual
not
cycle.
like it's not necessarily like it's a cool item that you would want to buy like for a lot of people the Gunda or the Paragon Wings or anything like that that
Yeah,
shows off the rarity or the expense of it. It's more or less uh a mount or ally that is purely event based, but that's about it. That's only people that genuinely need the mastery will buy it, sadly. But still quite profitable for the people that do buy it or do sell it. Sorry. I think, like I said, mastery wise, S tier, B tier for like profit. It's still good, but could always be better.
no, I completely agree with you, and I don't think you're wrong with that statement. Okay, next one, April Fool's event, Pinzo's event.
That one will come by quite soon, also.
It's actually gonna be in like less than 2 weeks.
Actually, I remember this event like I think a couple of years ago. I mainly bought items. I didn't really make a profit on it, but the amount of items that I see go up in price were ridiculous. Like there's a lot of mounts and allies, I believe, from this event, um, did become like 20 plus mil
Mm,
after the event. They dropped back in price obviously,
well,
but
they took it out
once people
last year.
notice, they'll sell it. Yeah.
Like, what
Actually,
happened with
wait,
this
did they?
event?
I
No,
don't know if they did.
this event, like last year, if you remember correctly, there was really only two items that were mainly on the main agenda for it, which was the
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 little
Pinzel Al,
Pinsley ally.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then the Fool's Chest. Those are the main
Yeah,
two you
exactly.
had. The Pinsley Ally, yes, had a good profit yield. However, it also costed a pretty penny to get in general. Loops, like
Very
a
true.
lot of like loops, a lot of plasmium, robotic salvage, cinnabar, I believe, just to get the ally of itself. The yield on profit
Yeah, yeah,
was
and that
probably double the amount you spent. However, just to get those items took a lot of time to grind for, and it raised the item's price overall, which then obviously decreased the profit in return rate. So I want to say like all and but however the fool's chests were easy to grab, but they barely sell for anything. That's the
I
trade-off
will
for
add
it.
something to that event. So it's like you said, like it was expensive to craft, but it did make that the making of the materials for that event was also really profitable.
True.
A lot of the more commonly earned um like materials like plasmium and I believe robotic salvage too, right?
Yes.
Which are scrap cash um items became really easily profitable, like extremely easy. And you get a decent amount if you were to farm Neon City recipe dungeons. You will get the supplies for those pins, the like to craft them extremely easy, which makes that is also good profit, like money make. So I will say material wise, even though it's not the actual item of the event, it still adds up to that event being profitable.
No, that is true. I would agree with that. I the
Because currently we've kind of only based it off of the items of the event itself, but not materials. But materials also go up and down based on events.
I think the
And
only
in this
event that
case, Binsley is good.
yeah pins
Or at least in that case specifically. It's not as good as some of the other ones. I think
like
Bunfest is
yeah
probably the most profitable one material wise, especially for the kind of foods like um what is it called? The Tolerates? Actually, that's
that
also
was from
another
this
thing
one,
on this event.
but like
Yeah,
again
but
you
it
wouldn't.
also, I believe, is used on Bunfest.
There's some vegetables
I
that are being
believe
used,
so.
but like again you're not gonna make like insane amount of profits from that. Like in general, it's just
Yeah,
some
not
like
insane, but yeah,
like you only make like maybe like 1 to 5 mil realistically speaking, like with those items.
yeah, that's true.
Like you're
It
not gonna be
depends on
making.
how much you sell at once. Because obviously, if you sell a stack full, you won't really sell it.
Yeah, for sure.
You kind of have to manage the market in that sense, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. There's definitely some profit to be made.
I would
So
honestly
it's
put it on par with like probably lower than St. Patrick Day
I would
event.
put it C. For
See?
I would say C, yeah, because again, like it's mainly the materials that, in my opinion, made
That's true.
the profit. And for mastery,
I'll put it pretty low. I'll put it in D. 'Cause there's not a lot. It's a really
yeah,
short
it's
event. It's a
it's
three
it's
day event.
shit for mastery, but good for like flux.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough,
You had to
or
prep for it
good in
properly.
comparison. Exactly.
You had to properly prep for it if you really want to make flux from it. But then again, because it's such a short event, people don't like try to turn a profit off the items.
No, exactly.
That's
Unless
the main
people
thing.
already know about it.
Yeah.
Only the people who are prepared exactly.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
why
I
I
would
really
put
put him.
exactly the same way as you said, and you put it. So D for mastery and C for
Yeah.
flux profit.
You ready for the next one? You're the one you've been
Yeah.
talking about and hyping up. Bunfest, yeah.
I'm a bit biased to Bunfest, man. I've done it on so many accounts and I love it.
Hey, no one's
All
hating on
right,
you for that.
hell no. I've noticed like it actually fueled my personal supply on the giveaway items. Like it mainly fueled that. All right. How do we start with that one? Because
There's so much
an
mastery.
absurd amount. There's
S-
absurd amount of mastery to be gained. Like
It's honestly on par for
ridiculous.
both angles. For because of the golden egg, it's it's not as intensive in geode, but it still gives geode mastery to a good extent. It lets you hit the blue name very easily. To be honest,
Oh
I
yeah,
would honestly put it below heck bug due to the fact that it's but it
you
but
can get
or on par
the
with
rare
it.
companions otherwise as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would put it on
it's not
par or lower.
exclusive to the event, but it will definitely make it easier. Honestly,
Yes.
accessible. Hackbook is exclusive in that sense that it is mastery only from that event. So yeah, um, I agree. Um, although the thing that makes me say that Bunfuzz is better, like for mastery wise, is because there's so many tradable and I guess also untradeable
Yeah.
like mounts, allies, like platforms, whatever they were called, from the event that honestly tips the scale. It might be one of the most mastery you can earn in a single event
The
if you
only
haven't got anything yet.
the only reason why I'm gonna be against you on this is due to the amount of time and effort you need to put into this. Because the thing is, each drop is randomized, and that's where the problem lies. Because like there is so much mastery. I
Yeah,
think it's more trove mastery than heckbuck. However, if it
it's also
was
more AFKable. If people do auto farms, you just have to go in that dungeon where you have to break all the eggs, and you will get drops regardless.
no, but you have to you yourself still have to go out and grab the smaller ones as well, the small
Mm,
eggs.
yeah, but they spawn everywhere.
I know,
Like,
but
it's really easily spottable, and it doesn't take that much time, in my opinion.
it doesn't take that much time. But there's so many items. The
Yeah,
problem with
it's
it,
random. Yeah,
it's random. Like for example, I grind it personally. Like if well, like you really haven't seen me grind for these events, but I spent a lot of time and effort in grinding out these events, and
yeah. No,
so on and so
I
forth.
know what you mean.
And I did not complete Bunfest from last year. Again, part of me did take a 3-day break in it, but that shouldn't mean I shouldn't get every item
It
from it.
shouldn't be the reason why you
Yes.
couldn't max it out. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I
my
agree.
point. Like if it
I
was
did notice. Oh my bad.
no. Keep going, keep going.
I did notice for myself, but this was mainly in the concept of the geode related, like the golden companion eggs. It's the same way it is also with the like the small eggs that you were saying, right? Um, the closer you get to the last like item, the harder it is to find that one item that you need because you'll get the duplicates of the same item that you've already collected like 100 times before you get that one that you still need. And I think that's the main reason.
I agree with that
That's the
statement.
main reason that's difficult. But that doesn't mean that it's still extremely good mastery wise.
No, it
that
is really good. Like if you could get everything from it. And the second thing I want to say is that if you miss a
mm,
day or miss a couple of days, it is detrimental because it has the daily refresh tokens. If you remember correctly.
mm-hmm.
Those tokens that refresh constantly, like they don't mess with you, but if you miss them, you are in
You
such a
will notice it. You will notice it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
no,
wouldn't
it was annoying. That's the main thing what I meant with the golden companion eggs because
yeah.
it wasn't unlimited like the years before. Um, you could only craft like the price of crafting it would be the same as if you were to open the levy like nitro caches,
Yeah.
like the ones you get from there. Every time you crafted the value or I guess the price goes up as well. And the same thing happened with the tokens that you got daily.
Mhm.
Like you could farm the tokens, but you could only farm so many. Like an hour didn't get you that much, all things considered. And you needed a lot of them.
Yeah, it was practically impossible to get like ample of
Yeah,
that.
you could not take a break unless you finished it.
Yeah, and then on top of there was a leaderboard with it that came along with items as well, which then added a
True, I
lot of
forgot about that.
issues. Like the Bunfest, like here's my opinion on Bunfest. The time spent versus the results earned are not equivalent compared to Heckbug. Because the amount of energy you had to put in Heckbug was a lot less, and the yield was insane. That was the main thing for
No,
me.
very true.
Like,
Very
I
true.
would have to be I personally speaking, like for this there's this event right now, I'm grinding maybe like because I mindlessly grind while I'm doing work for other stuff as well. Like I
Hmm.
grind like at least 5 hours a day for this event. If I grind 5 hours a day for Bunfest, I'm not gonna hit the same yield as this event even to some extent. Because
Mm,
to
I
some
think you
extent.
would probably make more flux out of it, but you would make it more difficult mastery wise.
The reason why I say
To
it
get
is
everything, like to get everything, I
that
mean.
is true. Like, out of the event, yes. The reason why I say it's debatable on that is due to the fact that if I hypothetically if I get lucky and get a flux beast drop or like one of the flux beast mounts, like they go for like 7-8 mil each for some of those mounts.
Yeah, I ended up getting one.
So
I
like
think 2 days ago, I ended up putting it in the club chest for the community.
yeah, like but like those are like very like those are like big hitter on items that you can get
Yeah,
in
no,
this
I
event.
agree.
Like and again, I've gotten some already from like doing these big grind sessions for it. And that's the only reason why I say the Bunfest one is a little bit slower with it because like in the first hour you're hitting like, these massive thresholds because you're getting the Bunfest tokens and everything else like that, and then it just starts going downhill where you're just getting chocolate to donate, and they're not even tradable. Half the items they're not even tradable,
Yeah,
and
it
then you keep on
basically
going
gets
down.
more grindy slash annoying the further you get in the event. At
Yeah,
first, you'll get everything like, oh, new mastery, oh
yeah,
hell yeah,
exactly.
and then you'll hit a brick wall.
Like
Yeah, I think okay. I'm gonna. I still think flux wise,
no,
Budfest is so
it's
much
more.
better,
It's more
so
than this
much
one.
better.
It's so much better, yeah.
And if it was based on okay, how do we rule this? Based on the accessibility of mastery, or do we base it off of the amount of mastery you can get from the event? Because I
Now,
do generally believe that the event, like Bunfest, is better mastery and also profit than the
heck
than the
bug.
Heckbuck.
I agree
But
with
I do agree that
the
Heckbuck is
profit.
easier, as in like it's less active. Like you don't
Yes.
need to put that many hours into it, and you'll still make a huge profit.
I would honestly put the mastery portion because of the fact that you have a chance not to get everything from the event.
Yeah,
Slowly, like just like one tier behind Heckbuck. That's why I'm putting it behind it, in my personal opinion.
I
But
think that's fair.
not like a tier down, but like same
It's
tier, but like
honestly
yeah,
same
same
part.
par,
But
but like
like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
And then I'll put like for profits wise, I'm putting it above Heckbuck because
It will be
again,
better. Yeah.
because it is so much better. If you actually put the time and effort into this event, no matter what, it is probably one of the most profitable events. Like honestly, on par to Old Snowfest. On par.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I agree.
Spring, the spring event with the spring bloom, jade blooms, and the
Fine.
cyber mounts and stuff like that. They recently implemented it.
I gotta check that one again.
I would say
That's
this.
the spring fling, right?
Yeah, I would
Let
say
me see.
the mastery's okay. It's not bad. It's a
All I
slightly above
remember this.
average.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like insanely above average, but it's slightly above average. However, the flux you can make
It's
from this event, it's pretty big.
it's pretty big, but the price, like I think it's purely because there is a big quantity and easy to get of a big quantity. But the prices of the mounts and such, I think there's only like one big ticket like mount for Flux, I think.
There's three actually for this one, I believe. The
Oh
cyber
yeah,
fly
yeah. Wait,
mounts,
there's two types, I believe.
the spring bloom, and then the jade bloom. Those three
Yeah,
are
yeah. No, you're
both
right.
like
You're
a
right.
couple mil each at the minimum, and they're not that bad
Yeah.
to grind for, to be honest. I was able to get, I think I was able to get like even passively grinding because I pretty much took a break during this time of playing Trove as well. I was still
Hmm.
able to get 20 of each item within the time span a lot of time span they gave me. And I was taking breaks. I was only playing like maybe an hour or 2 hours a day, getting on like just kind of being lazy about it. And I was still able to get a
Also,
lot of return in this.
there is one. The thing that, in my opinion, makes this event, but maybe because I'm slightly biased, um, but this was my point of view end game wise. It was the very last banner like style that I needed on my main account. Was actually in this event.
Oh, the
It's the
bees.
B4
Yeah,
banner.
yeah, yeah.
That banner is only accessible in this event, and you cannot buy it off of the marketplace. So you would have to have it like either you buy it off of someone that has it in their inventory somewhere, which is hard enough to find someone, or you get it on this event, which makes that even though it's like an item that not many people really know about, it could become profitable if you find the right buyer. It's yeah.
I would put the profitability to be on par with Heckbug. Um,
Yeah,
and the mastery, I'll put it at it's pretty much average. It's in
yeah,
reality,
it's
it's
average
pretty
in
average for
mastery.
mastery.
Yeah,
I'll put in B tier, like just because it's a
yeah,
middle
B
ground.
tier.
And
I was
then
gonna say the
yeah,
same thing.
and then for Flux, I'm gonna put it behind Heckbug because I think Heckbug can still yield higher profit if you play your cards right. If you
Agreed, one hundred
because
percent.
Heckbug, there's a because you can ironically Heckbug is one of the only events you can still market a product after the event that markets well
Yeah,
because because people like don't some people don't want to wait a year to get like then
it's
the yeah
basically like Hackbook is an event that for lower mastery or newer players are at
yeah
some point the cheapest mastery, and that's what makes Hackbook so great because it will always be sold.
yes like it's always something that will have the
Actually,
consistent profits.
I think that's what makes this event, the one we're currently going over, also great because it's maybe not on par as the Hackbuck, but the items don't go much over like 1 or 2 mil, and
That's true.
that's the top tier. But it means that all the other items will eventually sell rather quickly.
Well, it depends.
Um,
Like the flux beasts, like all like the flux ones, like the best ones you can get from the bosses, they go for like after
mhm.
event 10 mil plus actually. And then the
Yeah, but they
snake,
don't sell as quickly,
no, they don't sell at all actually. To be fact, in fact, like
so
you're
it makes it a little bit. I think that I think that's roughly where it stands. Like it's
yeah
high profit if you end up selling it,
yes, I agree,
but it's like harder to sell. But
completely
if
agree.
you get a lot of the lower tier items and you're constantly able to sell it, eventually surpasses the higher tier prizes or higher tier mastery.
Yeah,
No, price
yeah, like
of
the
mastery.
big items. Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely get what you mean.
So I think as it stands, A tier and profit very well. Actually, 100% agree. And B for mastery. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with this.
it's like a stamp of approval. Oh my god.
Stamp for approval. Let me pause there real quick. There we go.
Next one. You ready for the next one? The Pride event. I
Uh Honestly, I don't really know much about it.
okay, I can tell you
Uh
what I know about it. There's the same amount of mastery you can get from like to the same quest like event that is unique in this event only in this event because there's multiple pages within the event that it gives you these options. On top of that, there's there's some other things within the event
so
that gives mastery too.
like maybe not event vaults. Maybe same like is it similar to the Luxion Vault like items
No,
that makes it, or
it's
is
like
it
there's
some or
costumes or
something
other
else?
stuff like that that you grind for and so on and so forth. And there's it's not like Luxion Vault. I would not say it's like Luxion Vault. I would say it's like
Yeah,
it's hard to explain.
I'm
It,
trying to open it, but my game is my
do you
site
know
is being
the
really slow.
do you know the NPC trader for this event that gives like the two mounts and two allies? The tradable one?
I'm seeing. Honestly, I don't remember much of this one, sadly.
I this was like
Let
summer,
me
it was like
see.
as a student.
Progress. It shows everything. I see the mount, the crab looking thing. Then there was a shark ally and a little grill ally. Maybe that's the most recent one.
That's a newer one.
Where
There's a lot.
yeah,
There's a lot of pages of them. Like I think
it
there's a
does
total of
go by a
six
couple of years,
pages.
so
There's like 6 pages of them or like 5 pages
it
of
does
them.
make for a lot of mastery.
Yeah, which then it starts tallying it up, and it's also not hard to grind for. On top of that, and this ironically, this event, if you do have alts, so much profit. It's super easy to grind
Yeah,
on top of that
no,
with alts
I
as well.
agree.
Like it's insane the amount of profit, but it's not gonna be like egg bug and saying no, not even close. It's not gonna be
Oh,
even
now I
spring fleet
remember.
either.
Now I remember. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But it's definitely gonna be on par with Saint
I ended up.
Quickly or higher.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think it's higher
Mastery
because
wise, I would say above. Uh, ooh, wait.
I want to put it above. I think that one. I think it either on par
Oh,
or a smidge behind, because Saint Queasley gives um if you get all the mastery from it, it gives like a little bit more, just a tiny bit more.
yeah, because it's more like mount related,
Yes,
or ships or wings, or that kind of stuff. It's more like big bulk mastery items.
compared to
Rather than
yeah,
like maybe like a style that only gives
or
one mastery
sale or
point,
something like
or
that. Yeah,
yeah, which only gives 10 or 50, well, 10, 20, or 50, depending on what rarity. Yeah, I agree.
I think it goes in
Just
A tier
mastery
behind that.
wise, just behind, and I think it's just before,
I think you
on
can
the
make
flux making.
yeah, because I feel like it makes more
It
flux due
could,
to the popularity in the items. Because like the ironically the banners because again
they go for like a mill each,
like a lot of the
or
items
close to a
like
mill.
yeah close to a mil each for each of them, and then on top of that um they're all everyone just like they want something from this event. You always get people like if you do use a pride banner or stuff like that, people some so you'll get
It's
questions like, "Oh, what banner is that? Like, where can I get that banner? When can I get that banner?" Or like
Yeah,
the or the
they're good
mounts.
looking items.
Yeah, they're good looking
Good looking
items.
items.
Exactly. So like they have a higher demand for it, so which puts it above. And that's my opinion. Oh
No,
my
I agree. I agree.
this next event I hate, but I love so much.
Wait, which one is it?
Sunfest.
Um,
Sunfest. Profits,
Sunfest.
profits. It's pretty good. Yeah, profits are pretty good for this event. This event's mastery is insane because it's the Trove anniversary event. Sunfest is a Trove anniversary event.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As a
Yeah.
result, the profits and everything
And
is
there's a lot of mastery.
yeah, a lot of mastery, a lot of profits. Not like it's. I would put it in A tier for profits, and for mastery, I'll honestly put it on par with S because there's so much mastery. Like if you really want to include like this is the one I'll be like, if you want to include the packs, you include the pack because like there are so many
Yeah.
Trove store packs. Oh my god, like if you include that with
But
the
I think
devs, the delves with
I,
everything else they have, so much mastery.
I think mastery wise packs are definitely included because it is so time limited.
Like
It's not like you can buy it any other
like
time.
this event especially,
So
there's like 12 of them or some shit. Like I swear to God, there's like so many of them. There's like you could each year like they release one and they recycle it back on top of the HyperX pinatas. Like this is the only time you can get certain
yeah, no,
dragons as
you're
well, and
right.
like so on and so forth. Like there's so much stuff. There's so much mastery. I like if like there's too much,
It
honestly.
also helps that there is a. It also helps that there is a lot of like previous year mounts and
Yeah,
allies and such
exactly.
that
It cycles
gets
through.
renewed.
Yeah, like it's so crazy to look at. Like honestly, I mastery. I'll put it like I honestly would put it before Bunfest, maybe like on par
Uh,
with Heckbug, because just how much, just the sheer how much it is. The only reason why I put it below Heckbug
no,
is because you just
I
spend the flux
agree.
for it. That you just spend a lot of flux to get the full mastery for it, but there's like so much of it.
No, I can agree with that. Yeah.
And then
It's honestly it's either before or behind Bunfest,
yeah, it's like it's only
mastery wise, right?
slightly, just very
Profit
slightly.
wise,
Profit wise,
profit wise, honestly, same thing.
I would say it goes a little bit
It's
lower, just solely because like the items that they offer, only some of them are like only a few handful are tradable. You can get large amounts of them. However, they only because like if you remember the main the main item out of this event was the rods that was left over to be tradable at a large scale. Some other items, but
yeah.
like it was primarily the
I
rods.
think that's the Pinsley like something like the platform looking thing. That is also one that is quite good. There's a couple, but they do definitely hold a little bit of value each.
Give me a
Like
quick second.
it's
I'll be
safe
right
to
back.
say that
You keep going
whatever
on.
you do. What was that? Sorry. Oh, I do think in general it's good, really good, actually.
Sorry, I'm back.
All right, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm?
Thank you.
You fucking welcome.
Okay, what do we come down to for this one?
So I think mastery wise, um, honestly, I think Bumfest is slightly better.
Okay,
I
I'm
think
down.
it's pretty much on par, but I think it's slightly better. Bumfest, yeah. And profit wise, honestly, I'm mainly looking at you if it comes down to the profit aspect because I didn't really do much on that event.
There's just like here's the thing, right?
Um,
Like the profit, this one takes so much time. It's like normally you can sell an item 4 to 6 months after the event's done, right? Not for this one.
yeah, it definitely,
There's
yeah, it
too
has to
much
recover a lot.
oversaturation unless you're really like what I did last year was pretty much like I got impatient, bought out a large majority of everyone's item, and then started selling it. And
Yeah,
not a lot of people are gonna do that. And if you're gonna wait your time out,
no,
it's like,
exactly.
yeah, like it's just not it. It's not like I'm like, are you gonna spend like 400 mil doing just buying out rods?
Nope.
Like, I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think so.
I think it's probably it's probably around B tier somewhere, maybe in the middle of the two. I think because the items are quite good in value
No, they did
after
release so
some time.
beautifully, actually. Like, eventually they
The
so
prices
beautifully.
of each is very balanced. It's
Yeah,
not like you only get items that are worth 10k, 20k. It's items that are close to a mil or around, or maybe couple mil, you know.
yeah.
So I think it's probably in between the.
I'll put it like on the bottom of A tier. I want to say
Yeah, I
profitability.
think that's fair actually. Yeah,
Like for profitability, I feel like it goes on the bottom of A tier and it belongs. It belongs
but
there.
it definitely is. The more patience you have, the more you get paid out.
Yeah, I feel like
Very simple.
if you're selling it like around this time, like if you look at the, I think it's like 700K each, or like
I've seen it go close to a mil.
a mil
I've
now.
given out a couple of the.
Oh wow, Mr. Moneybags over here.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like the Pinzo glider is probably one of the biggest payouts from them. I think he goes. I think I've seen it go for
Oh
like
no, no,
maybe
that
4
one it
mil.
goes for a lot. Yeah, that
Wait,
one
let me
goes for a
see.
lot.
Pinzo glider. Currently, it's 8 mil,
Yeah, it goes for a lot. I was
and
like,
it still is like 4 months away, 3 or 4 months away. So it's quite good.
yeah, it's definitely not bad.
It's like I said, the longer you wait,
The higher the
obviously,
yield
it's
back.
probably best to sell it now rather than close to the event, because most likely you wouldn't sell close to the
People are just
event
willing to
because
wait for
people
that
are
time.
patient.
Yeah, people are
Yeah.
willing to wait that time at that point.
I think the safest bet is between 6 months and 8 months.
Yeah, I
Anything
agree.
beyond that is getting more to the risky part. Still sellable, but riskier.
Just harder to sell, if anything else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like insane, like impossible, but it's just added difficulty.
You're gonna have to start undercutting other people, which makes your price probably drop a little bit. That's the thing.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
But yeah, quite good profit. Very good. All
Yeah,
right, what's the next? Is that the
lunar plunge,
lunar plunge? That's the one that is uh in the Everdark, right?
Everdark, yes.
That's the at one time, I think it was 2 years ago, the actual mount, or was it an ally? I'm not sure. It was like the chaotic wolf that you got from the
Mhm.
Everdark. It loot collected into chaos course for like 1 day or something. So much profit at the time. Like
Wait,
what
wait.
the fuck?
You remember?
It actually, I remember that exactly.
No, 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 not that.
Okay,
Last year,
what was it?
lunar New Year event,
Mm-hmm.
80% off dragon eggs for lunar New Year dragon.
I remember.
I
Yeah, no, I
got,
remember.
I literally got eighty
I
thousand
remember.
dragon coins.
You know what's fucking sad? I wish I was able to buy it, but I only knew about it after it was fetched.
Yeah,
I remember
you snooze, you
a friend of
lose.
mine.
You snooze, you
Yeah, no, it's
lose.
quite literally that. I remember, I believe it was Cactus, maybe someone else that told me afterwards that it happened. And yeah, it was fucked. I wish I had access to that. Because obviously, who wouldn't want extra dragon coins? That's quite literally flux from Luxion every time. But yeah, no, that was insane. Maybe they'll make another mistake this year.
They didn't for this one. I was so sad.
Let's see. Doesn't look like much mastery last year.
It's
I
average to be
think
honest.
it's. I wouldn't say it's much better than the bamboo, but I don't know how many mounts, allies, or mastery in general there was the years before. So I don't know the
There's
overall.
a good chunk. There's a good chunk. There's way more than bamboo. There's more than five. There's more than 600 mastery points we can get gathered.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Good.
I didn't farm out this event a lot. There's like a couple. There's like um Moonlight Stag, I believe, or so one of the. If this event was more popular and released at a better time, it will be probably one of the most profitable events. You know why? One of the mounts they
Tell me.
released is comparable to the the bomber mount, right? The bomber mount.
Yeah, the one that
It's
shoots you up in the air.
yeah, it's just like that. Super jump.
Huh.
And you know how much a
Right.
Trove
Well,
can be love super jump.
I mean, I've never used the mine, but well, actually, I tried it once, but yeah.
Well, if you're
No,
using
I
Cosmic
do know
Dragon,
it's extremely good because it's. I always use Cosmic Dragon now. Um, I mean, you don't use a jump that shoots you up without. That's even better. but sadly there is a cooldown on it. That's the small problem that I have with that mount. But it's so easy to get with tools. I mean, even without it's easy to get, but I couldn't be bothered to actually do Bomb Royale. I am not a fan of it.
Understandable.
Right, but we're sidetracking right now.
Yeah.
uh,
I think the event's actually pretty profitable because of the high valued items, but again, they don't sell. So,
I
honestly,
think I think the items in general aren't too high in price individual, which makes it so that early players it will become their cheapest like mastery at some point.
wait, have you
Not
seen
that long
the wait?
after
Have you
starting the
seen
game.
the expensive ones in this one? Oh, it's Megan.
Uh, wait, which one?
Megan's in chat. Oh, you mean the mount?
Oh wait, who?
Talk about the
No,
mount.
I meant like about the like the cheap mastery or like.
Some of the
No,
masters in
I'm
this
a
event are
bit
super
confused.
expensive.
My bad.
This event has
Oh,
a
is it?
really big spectrum. Yeah,
I
some of
do
the
know
event
that
is
like
really high.
the
Some of it's
wolves are
really low.
quite cheap.
Oh yeah,
They're
some of
good
them is
mastery
super
for cheap,
super cheap. Some of the,
which
but
means they
then
will always sell.
it is true.
But yeah,
There's also like some of the there's a mount in this one that sells I think like during the event it sold for 28 mil.
during the event,
That's you know
that
what I mean like
almost makes me think of the Bunfest, like the Delve eggs, like bomber eggs that you get. Do you
yeah like
remember those? It's kind of
no
like that. Like they were 25, 30 mil, like some of them, while doing delves. I made so much profit just on those alone. It reminds me of that.
yeah it's huge it's
Uh,
massively profitable but at this it's just what is it called it's just hard to sell because of
yeah,
the pricing of said items.
it's something very like quite specific, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm, overall, it's really profitable. Yeah, you're right.
This event is definitely on the more
Okay.
profitable side, but at the same time, it's like not insanely profitable. I would only put it at B tier to be honest, because the items are not being sold like the higher tier profit events items they
Yeah,
offer,
no, that's
which
yeah, that's fair.
I personally believe if those items can't sell, decreases the
It's like if you sell it, it's lucky. Lucky that someone
exactly.
high tier mastery has the flux for it in the first place and is willing to buy it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, no, I think that's fair. So
I think the mastery is
around B
average or
tier
a little bit above. Like I think this event
mastery,
overall is pretty average.
I tried to look through it and I think it's tops like 350, maybe 400 mastery. It's I thought it was more.
I thought it was more
It
too.
doesn't look like it.
Is it not more? If it's
Um, no, I think the majority of it is like it's not amazing. Amazing. It's good, but not crazy. But I don't know about the packs at that time. I don't know what packs are available.
there's some popular packs in this one actually.
Mm,
Um, there's one helmet. There's one costume for Luminancer that's super popular from this one.
hell, uh,
Let me get some water really fast. I'm choking.
hey, don't. I mean, get water. Don't choke. I mean, Welcome back.
Or
Welcome back.
choking. Shouldn't have choked. Clearly.
Why are you choking?
Air's too
Oh wait, no,
spicy.
it's are you choking?
Oh.
Mm,
Hello, Lou.
yeah, I'm looking through roughly like the overall mastery. A couple of years back, um, there were I think about maybe 4 or 5 mounts. Actually, maybe like 6 mounts. So that comes down to roughly 300, um, 300 mastery. Then there is, I think, 20 lunar
The
plunge
recipes.
recipes, or is it
Yeah.
10?
I
I
don't know.
think it's 20. So say that is another like 40 mastery points, a couple 10 mastery point allies. Let's say tops 400 mastery points. I think that's roughly where this event leads to, which isn't amazing, but it is still good. Um,
There's also some helm styles and some other stuff as
yeah.
well that come with it as well. Um, I'll put it. It's definitely like it's definitely better than the bamboo one because it gives more.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Bamboo is. I mean, technically, bamboo and the wood dragon are two separate, but it's the same concept, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you can't get
which
bamboo
makes that
anymore, so
each one of them is only via the pack, unless they added on a different date, which honestly doubtful. But yeah, um, yeah, I think it's probably low B tier. I would say so.
I think
I
the some
think
of the
for
items they have.
I think both profit and
I know. I agree.
mastery. I
I
think they're
agree
the
with that.
same spot.
Yeah, low B. I put low B for the other one too. I agree. Next one, up and down. Ooh, I hate this one.
That one was amazing. I fucking loved that event. Like the
Wow,
honestly extremely profitable.
up and down was
Extremely
profitable.
profitable.
Really? I didn't play during
Like
their time.
the costumes were at least 50 mil. Like after I mean it has been like a year almost, right? Um but the costumes itself, smoldering and something else. The costumes are ridiculous. I can say that. And they actually did sell because they were popular costumes. Um the mounts I don't know much about. I think it's the throne, the fire, like the whole and cold throne and such.
They don't reset
They
those.
they are roughly they're roughly like 1 point, maybe 1 mil, 2 mil, something like that. They're not amazing, but they're good. Um, but I'm not sure if that event will come up.
I don't know if it's come
Isn't
back the
that
same.
the
No.
September event that
Yeah,
rolls
it
around
always
randomly?
changes. Yeah, that's why I
So
don't know if it's.
it was a really good one at the time.
Wait, did the thrones come back this year? Last year?
I think the Thrones did come back,
I didn't see them. I don't remember seeing them.
unless they are somewhere else. Let me
No, the
check.
thrones were in September, but I don't know if it was for the thing that we
Let me
forget.
check. Let me check. I do know that it was the costumes, and the costumes are really good profit wise.
I didn't play this event to be honest. I literally left
Uh
because I left on my business trip.
oh,
To
gotcha, gotcha.
so I was literally out of the
Or
country for the entirety
maybe
of this event.
maybe I was slightly wrong. Maybe it was the year before that was the costumes. That could be
What hot and cold? The hot and cold one? That's the year before that.
fire and ice, but I
Fire
thought
and
it
Ice
was
is the
the
year
up
before.
and down, like the biome that was, well,
Yeah,
in
Thunder
this case, the
Upland biome.
it was not Sundered Uplands. I mean the up and down in the sense like the ice by permafrost. There was the cave system, kind of like a mine shaft on Minecraft,
Oh, you mean
and I
for
believe
the
it
Fire
was
and
on
Ice
top
year?
crown. Yeah,
Because up in because it what is
I've
because like each year they have a different name for this event. By the way,
yeah,
it's
no, it was the year before that. My bad.
like you have like this year's
The
called
fire
up in
throne is the one that was
I
so
think it's called
profitable.
up in this year it's called what is it called? Is The last year was Up and Down. The year before that was Fire and Ice.
No,
Like
yeah,
Neons
no,
versus
you're right.
Ninjas and like or Pies versus Ninjas or some shit like that. And then there's different names for this event every single time when it comes out, which makes it a little bit
You're
more
absolutely
confusing.
right.
Yeah.
And they also don't attach with each other. Like there's not like you can get the previous year event
Yeah, it doesn't
items
overlap.
unless you buy it. Yeah.
So like
That,
this
that I think that's the only event that is
it's like that.
honestly could break an account in the sense like if you start now you get everything until next year of this time, you wouldn't be able to get top one mastery regardless because of set those kind of events. Um, actually, saying that the Fire and Ice is the one I was referring to, which was the year before. So my bad for that. Um,
Dude, Fire and Ice
the Up and
super
Down is
profit.
indeed Sunder. Yeah,
Super
the Fire and
profitable. Oh
Ice
my
was
god.
ridiculous.
It was
I fucking love
insane.
that one.
Um I think it was like Apple was talking to me about this event. We were talking about it and like he made like some absurd amount from this event. And again, I cannot blame anyone for how much they made from this event. If they knew
Mm.
how to if they had the flux prior to and had prep for this event
Well,
properly.
if I knew it was gonna be that good, I would have done more.
Oh, I do it for
But I
every that's
kind of
that's what I
just
do for every single one of these events. I'll be honest.
I kind of just farmed one set of like costumes for my main account, like and then I bought a couple extra just for the sake of having a couple.
Yeah.
But then I realized they got gone up to market like marketplace cap. I was like, shit, they still go up in
And then like I
price.
fucked up.
It's like shit. I could have had more than this.
I could have been a millionaire. Shit, I mean like a billionaire. Fuck.
Damn, I lost it again. Nah, yeah, yeah, no, I don't really know much about the up and down. I don't think it's that crazy
It
of an
wasn't
event.
not
Like, I don't
that.
think there
I
was.
played it for like a week and I hated it. I didn't finish the event. It just sucked in general, in my opinion. It was like it was okay mastery. I will admit that. I do not know anything about the profit because again I did not invest in it. But I don't think
Hmm.
there's a lot of profit because if even if I don't invest in it, I'll know about the items usually. Like
Yeah,
if the item is popular of itself, you will tend to know the item no matter what. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I know you're right.
so like the fact that I don't know the item, I want to say it wasn't as profitable.
There are some items that honestly, even though I got them, I'm like I've never seen this before, which says enough in my case.
Yeah, like
Um, I'm looking through it, and it seems like even if it's just a single event, like 1 year, so it means that there's no previous items from previous years.
yeah.
It's honestly probably like one of the lowest. It might be the lowest because
Like
I
nothing can
see
be lower
there's.
than no one can be lower than the fucking newest one.
You would be surprised.
You have to be lower than
Uh,
110 mastery. It gives nothing. The
wait,
newest one gives
110 is from which one?
for newest it's
Uh,
110. It's a little bit more now, but
I
like
feel like there's more.
there's
Yeah,
more
no,
because
I feel like
there's
it's more.
there's like three packs in there, but other than that, there's
Yeah,
nothing
no,
else.
you're right.
There's literally nothing else
Uh,
in the event.
but then again, like allies mounts and such, there's three mounts, one of them being 100 mastery. There's three hats, each one being 10 mastery, two banners, each one being 1 mastery, and two allies.
The only thing
It's
that
not
comes back
much.
is I should mention this. The only thing that really comes back is the packs, which are pretty good.
Yeah,
If I recall correctly, because what
I
Game
would
Ago
say
really doesn't
probably between.
Game Ago does
Oh,
something
sorry,
smart.
my bad.
Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna quickly finish this statement because I feel like this is gonna impact your decision. Game Ago does something smart. All the previous year's stuff becomes packs. That's what they did.
Oh,
Yes.
I mean,
So like
I
you know the
didn't
dinosaur
actually
ones.
realize that.
The dinosaur one is now a pack. I do not know about the other one. I know about the dinosaur for sure because I really want that one and I'm gonna get it for this year because I'm not gonna go travel specifically in September just to get that pack, and then I'm gonna travel after that. But yeah, it's just something that's there, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like all the stuff became packs, which then I'm like, okay, then that's fine. which then increases the mastery overall, right? You know what I mean? Like because again, we're
Yeah,
counting
yeah.
both packs and
But I feel like they're just separate events. But I guess if they do, they all are on the same month, so I guess you can count them as the same, kind of.
well, the dinosaur one's actually from this. It's just a
Hmm.
previous year because they made the other years into packs,
Yeah.
which increased the money in their own pockets. But
I mean, in a way, it's smart from them, that's for
yeah, they
sure.
make profit from it, like a
And
good
if
profit.
it's less effort, but just, I mean, pay to win, right? I personally don't mind that. If there's a lot of mastery, rather easy, I'm happy.
Understandable.
uh,
Wow,
if it is,
whaling, Karelm, whaling.
if it is the case that the packs from the previous years are just accessible, then definitely put it. Honestly, C tier, I wouldn't put it B because I know too little of it. Mastery wise, I would say C tier, higher than the Pinsley one, obviously. Profit wise, I have no
No,
idea. It
I don't
might
know.
be
It
D.
varied every
It
single
might be
year.
the lowest one in D.
It varies every year. Honestly, I would put it above D because there's always some sort of table item in it that you can grind from the event, which it makes it a little bit better than the bamboo because bamboo
Yeah,
is
no,
like.
I guess that's fair.
But like, and then for this one, I'll put it honestly at like, I'll put it above our newest, but I want to put it lunar plunge. I think lunar plunge. No, honestly, I'll put it on. Like, I feel like we should put it on par with lunar plunge because I feel like because of the fact you can buy the packs, I feel like it
I
deserves to be on par with it.
guess so.
But I don't know. It's just like it's like a 50-50 type. You know what I mean? Like it's like it really depends.
I was already being modest with putting it in a C. Shit.
Okay. Okay. No, no, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah.
I think I put it in T anyway.
Yeah. I think this is the best we can put it in. Like, it's a difficult one. Alright, next one. Okay, I love this event. The Shadow Eve. Honestly, all of the Halloween ones, right?
Halloween's good. Good mastery.
I
Good
I
flux.
I I love it. A lot of previous year event items. Uh of course profitable. There's like the even just the Samantha like Mount Ally are already quite profitable on its own.
I
Easy to
ruined
get.
that by the way. I ruined that. My
Ah, damn.
bad.
Never mind this shit. Put it in D tier.
No, but like this event was extremely profitable. I think during the time when I was farming this event, I farmed every single day for 6 hours. 'Cause I streamed for 6 hours every single day almost. Because I just came back from my
Hmm.
trip, so I had like a couple weeks to spend free time and stuff like that. I'm grinding this event every single day, right? And by the
Hmm.
end of it, I had I have just grinded. Note this, just grinded 1 billion flux worth of items at the time. I sold everything right there. 1 bill.
There's a lot of packs that
A
get
lot of
included in
packs, a lot of shit. There's so much. The flux is
big
insane.
mastery packs as
Again,
well.
like
Yeah.
if you're uploading that much items, like again, be careful about it. Don't upload everything at once and put it all. You're gonna ruin the market, and it will
Yeah.
tank.
No, you're right.
But if you do it smart with like a brain, you will make a lot of flux easily, even just by
Oh,
grinding.
hell no.
Like, this is one of the
I think
events.
it's.
Yeah.
I think it's similar to Bunfest that you also just get mastery, like
Mhm.
or sellable items by default by just playing the game. Not even focusing on the event, you just get them, right?
Yeah.
Like
These are
by
my dungeons
completing
actually.
regular dungeons or that
No,
kind of stuff or
no,
delves.
they're by pinata dungeons. If I recall correctly.
Oh, right, right. Well, regardless, it's really easy to make profit on it. I put it honestly S tier. Maybe the last one on S tier.
I think it's so
I,
good for
I would
both
say
flux
so.
making
Oh, and mastery.
and
Honestly,
mastery.
probably
As for both.
better. It might be better than Bunfest and mastery. That's a bold one to say, but I think it actually is. I'm just looking at 2020, well, 2023, and I have to scroll to the list of mastery items. Like that is something that doesn't happen much. And that's only 2023. The previous year was honestly most of the what is it like the it was based off of the
There's also a dragon in this event too.
werewolves. Huh?
There's also
Oh yeah, the
a dragon
dragon,
too. Honestly,
pumpkin dragon. You're right.
I'll put it honestly, to be honest, above because of the dragon alone. I feel like it goes above Bloodfest no matter for mastery.
Yeah, no, I
Maybe
agree.
not above
It's not even a
in
difficult one to go for. I think the egg itself is farmable,
it
I
is
believe,
it
and
is it is
sellable.
yes it's
It's
both
it's
yeah
it's a tradable egg,
yeah.
so always good. Yeah, it's top tier.
Hmm. And I'm putting it above
Yeah, I
like
would say
it's above.
it might be the best event
It might be the best bet
so
for
far.
Flux, like so far for Flux. Like I made
Yeah.
just by grinding it because I ironically I recorded it all. I didn't grind an ounce of it off stream. I did it all on stream too. Because I was hosting a charity
Oh yeah.
event during this event too.
Oh right.
So this was back in like I was hosting a massive charity event, so I was grinding 8 hours a day. Made a bill Flux just by grinding alone. I also bought one
Yeah.
box, a Shadow Eves box. Not even include the other items I got from it. Not including anything else. Just by that one thing. Oh my god. Okay, next one. Turkey Topia.
Um, this is I would say it's a good one, but I don't know. It's not overwhelming. No, I think it's just a good event. I think just good.
Call what it actually is.
Like a
The alt farming event.
low A.
It is literally the alt farming event.
It quite literally is.
Like,
It
ironically, the
it's
more alts you
nothing.
have, the better it is.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree with that.
in my opinion, if you have more than one account grinding this event, it goes easily to A tier. Easily. No questions asked. As a single account, it goes down.
Yeah.
Not
I
necessarily, James. Not
see.
necessarily.
This is a problem I also faced. Last year's one I didn't do sadly. I wish I did. Again, that's also mastery that I'm missing. I think I did the bare minimum on it. But from previous years, it's a quite good event.
No, it's
There's
a
a lot of
fantastic event. The tomes, the
yeah.
bone tome, the meteor
Oh
manual,
dude, the bone tome. Holy
profit.
shit.
Like,
Yeah, both of those.
like those those tomes after event 1 to 2 mil easily.
Yeah.
They're the most
Yeah, very
profitable
true.
tomes. Some of the most profitable tomes in the game.
That's the only way you can get that tome is
Yep.
this event.
Hmm.
Or of course buying it off marketplace, but actually thingy. Yeah, no, that event is it's quite good, quite good.
No, 100% agreeing
I
point.
would put it probably in the mid of A tier, like in between the
I'll put it like right here in my opinion. Like right
like the third one on the A list. Yeah,
like
I think
right
that's
there. I was
fair.
trying to drag it. I couldn't get it. For mastery though, honestly, for
Mm,
mastery, I think it goes on top of A. I don't think it goes in S.
yeah, it there's a lot of mastery, but like
It's just
smaller
small. It's just
style
small
mastery.
mastery, yeah. Which
But
then
there's a lot of it. I would say in between. Honestly, it's a tough one. I would say just honestly behind
right
both of
there.
them. Like I would even say one more to the right, weirdly enough. Like the low of A.
Honestly,
But
I'm down for
the
that. I'm down for
the current A's are solid. Like they're
that.
close to S anyways.
Yeah.
So it's still a very good place.
Like I know I 100% agree. Like this one was like a really debatable one because like it was still a very strong event. Some of the items from the event, some of the what's it called? You get a lot of mounts, a lot of bombs, a lot of allies, a lot of various. But again, you also get a lot of styles.
Yeah,
That's the thing, the styles.
very true.
That's what hold it back.
It's like I said. I'm sad that I missed out on that event, and I definitely noticed it on my main.
Do you
I
have
mean,
anything you
it's
need from it? I might have extras.
uh the stuff that I'm missing are non-tradables.
Oh, you
Like
missed
otherwise, I would have
those.
already had it.
I see, I see.
Yeah, the only other way I would get those items, except for like the store packs ones, because of course I didn't play at the time. I missed out on like two store packs, I think. One of them being
Oh,
from the bodybuilding, whatever it's called again, event, and one of them being from the Turkitopia.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, Turkotopia
it's
is a
basically it's stupid, like quite literally time gated stuff right now.
yup. Wait for the entire year to be over. Oh my god.
All right, now one of the
The most
most
controversial.
fun,
The most controversial one now.
most hated or loved events in the game. And in my case, I don't care. It's just fun.
If we were talking
um,
pre 2024, S. S. For both
S
things.
plus,
S plus. Like
S
it goes in
plus.
its own category.
Yeah,
This is
but
why again we
even
say fuck the dupers. Because they took this event from us. This event was literally like you can progress years with this one event. Like a literal year.
very true.
It is insane how much stuff you can get from this one event. The profit, the Luxion items, cheap, everything. Like again, it's pretty much you can get skellies at an abnormal rate. It was wild back then. Now you can't even. There's no donation
Oh
station. It's completely garbage. Again, not the entire event being garbage because there's a lot of mastery still to gain from it. But there's just it's not what it was.
no, exactly. But I do think, like donation station wise, I think they just left it out this year for the sake of they're
Dude, they're
still
gonna
doing
leave it
so
out next year
much.
too.
They might, but
They're
I'm not
gonna leave it
sure.
out next year. At the current rate that duping is going, they're
It
gonna leave it out for next year.
it's already too fucked
Yeah,
in the first
exactly. So
place.
then what are they gonna
But
put it? What are they gonna put in it then? Right?
they will put it back at some point. I think I
I don't think so.
strongly think so.
They lose too much profit. The money it doesn't make sense. Like,
But the game first has to settle down a bit again before they even can consider putting it back.
but it's been like
I,
it's been over a year of this stuff. Starting
yeah,
last
but
year, February the 5th, it started going downhill. I have the date memorized.
no, it started before that. It
No, no, no.
started when the it
Okay,
wasn't even Skelly's. It was
it
the
was Nitro.
Frosty boxes. That was the
Oh
original thing
no,
that
yeah, but like
fucked it
they
over.
recovered. The market started recovering by then. By the time it relapsed around for 2024, I think like it started recovering from it. It wasn't like in shambles like what it was today. Like
Mm,
literally like the nitro. Like when remember when somebody uploaded 1 bill nitro on the market, and then after nitro, then it slowly started trickling. Everything else started being duping everything, and then now it's like
yeah,
yeah, even I know Frosties were duped and so on and so forth, but it was never comparable to this. Like the start from February the 5th. It's just not comparable. Like look at the seed market. Look at the amount of duped nitro, duped builderite, duped golden souls, like everything. Like look at that.
yeah. No,
Like it is
I do want to
wild.
say, the Frosty boxes is the original duped item.
Oh no,
That's when
100%.
everything started going
100%.
overboard.
It was probably
But
like the
yeah.
first domino that was fell. I will admit
Hmm.
to that statement easily. Nick will not deny you. I will agree with
But
that.
now, regardless, aside from the Frosty boxes, the all that stuff,
Yeah.
mastery and profit wise, extremely good. So mastery wise, as you said with the Haunted Hollows event, it also has its own dragon, the Julius dragon. So
Yes,
regardless,
the
that
mastery
alone
is
is
still
already
good,
top tier.
but the profit went
There's so
down
much mastery.
astronomically. it's just not as a profitable event as it once was.
Mm,
Like like you can't really farm. There's not really that many farmables from this event. There's a couple. I will admit that there are a couple farmables that are extremely profitable as well. However, it is not comparable to it is not comparable to the rest of them.
yeah, no, I think there's just a bit too many items of that set. I
Like, if you're trying to
like.
complete, if you're trying to get profit and mastery together, it's not going to be possible to hit everything at once. You'll either lose down on profits, or you go up on mastery, or you go down on mastery, go up on profits. You have only two options
I
for that.
think it's
There's too
always
much.
safest to first go for mastery and then for profit,
No, but then
unless
that
you're
begs the
in.
question for the tier list. So that's why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, it is either or. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Like
If
that's
you
why I
were
think,
to
like
decide,
again, like most people think like you, mastery first, then profits later. Like they don't think like me, profits first, mastery later. 'Cause I'm a weird
yeah.
guy.
Oh no, but for me it's different because I I care more about mastery than I care about profits.
Well, most people care about
Like
mastery
I don't.
more as well. Like I'm just
Yeah,
weird. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just weird. I'm an
it's not
abnormality.
weird that you have you are stacked.
No, but I
There's
still
nothing that can oppose you,
no,
or
but
no
I
one can
still
oppose
want
you.
more. I still want more stuff. Like I'm again, like you should see my. Would you like to see my vault world for the event vault for this event later?
I actually would love to see it.
I will show
I
you it
actually
later.
would
Yeah,
love
for
to
sure.
see it.
But like, in my personal opinion, this
Hmm.
event, because of its craven conditions, because of it all, it's literally probably below this current event that's going on, St. Quizblick. I think it's below it because of because of what happened from the if it was those H was back so much higher. But
Yeah,
as it is right now, I think it's probably at St. Quizblick's level in terms of profit.
yeah. I I can agree with that. I still have a lot of like, well, a lot. I have a small but decent supply of Snowfest items still on my personal vault, but they are not worth selling. They are too low price, and there's too big of a bulk on the actual marketplace off
Yeah,
of them.
no, for sure.
That's the main problem with it. But mastery wise,
Oh,
if we were
it's
to look
up
at it
there.
that way, it
It's
is. I would say in between Bunfest and Hollow.
I wouldn't put
Sorry,
it
no.
that high. I would put it between Sunfest and Bunfest at most. Honestly, if yeah, no, I would put it between Sunfest and
Mm,
Bunfest. To be honest with you, I
yeah,
don't.
no, but I
Yeah,
can agree with that. Yeah.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's. But I don't think it's better than Bunfest solely because of the fact that what is it? There's a lot of items to grind. I'm not gonna deny that statement, but there's almost like just like Bunfest. There's almost
There's
two.
also a lot of packs. There's
Yeah, a
also
lot
a
of
hell of a lot of packs.
yeah, but like there's too much packs and too much stuff to grind. Unless you're spreading yourself so thin during the holiday time. I just don't think it's realistic.
Yeah, it's there's a lot to grind, but it's the holiday season in the sense that people take time to spend
With
with their
family,
family,
exactly.
which makes it difficult to actually go for everything.
I feel like I feel like
Yeah, no,
that's
I agree that that is definitely the main issue with the event. But luckily, it does make that if you do have time, at least you have something to farm, without a doubt.
that is true. Now it's time to
But yeah,
download these tier lists.
I think that is. Yeah, I'm happy with the. I'm happy with these two tier lists.
I think it's a good representation of the completed like. I hope Trove shuts down. I think a lot of people hope with you.
Hey, I mean, I've said it before. If I get banned, it's the only way I can properly quit this game.
Oh my god.
Or if this server just shut down, then I have no choice.
And the only way they're taking me out, they drag me out. I'm not going any other way.
Damn right.
Oh my god.